Hello and welcome again to Saviours D&D. Hope you are all well and good out there in internet land. We are, as I say, Saviours D&D, and this is our weekly Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition stream, following the adventures of the Redwall Saviours. As ever, if you've not followed us here or indeed subscribed, if you are so willing, we'd be very grateful for the support, and we'll read out any new followers or subscribers at the end of the stream.
How far off are we from the giveaway?
Last time I looked was yesterday, and we had 103 followers. I think we're still at 150, but we started at 82, so
yeah,
we've actually gained quite. It's going well. That is to give away a pair of the Sang Royale dice to anyone who is a follower here on Twitch and who has retweeted the pinned tweet in our Twitter. Which the link to that is below the stream as well.
Just the dice are upside down. Hold on. There, that's how they're meant to look.
Yeah. They come from Canada, not Australia. We are also sponsored by Libris Arcana, and if you sign up to their monthly dice subscription using the code SAVIOURS at the checkout, will give you 20% off the first month of your subscription. So, let's do the player intros first, and then I will do a wee recap of last week's session. Anyone desperate to go first?
I can.
Cyric, Mr. Emeros.
Hello, I'm Emeros, and I play the yuan-ti druid / warlock known as Cyric. And we're in a graveyard.
These are getting more and more in depth every week.
That's fine. I will pick on Terrorblades as our other resident IPN.
Sorry, the fuck just happened here? Oh,
right.
I'm sorry.
What's happening? Is this a bit?
No, this is like fucking Twitch. I was gonna open the chat on my tablet, but they decided that what I needed was poker commercials.
I mean, to be fair, you don't get any of that money.
That I fucking despised. I play Mara Clearwater, a cleric of Joaquin, and
Hi, Mara.
Hi. And yeah, human cleric. Casting spells, buying and selling things. With a dwarven defender called Garvin, who's gruff and lovable.
I'm killing the souls of the dead. The real market value.
Yeah. Like in the Elder Scrolls, get those soul gems, capture human souls, and sell them. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
Jabberwocky. I think we should.
Hello.
Next.
I am Jabberwocky.
This is always great.
I am the now level 9 barbarian / barbarian half vampire. I've multi-classed now at level 9 into more barbarian. I too am in a graveyard.
Oh, that's good. I'm not low.
Mara is on a beach resort. That's what she's doing.
Right. Well.
I don't know what else.
No,
that's all right.
Last by no means least, Don Bro.
Hi, I play Gnomish Bardish Boy. His name is Alton. He does not speak. He is mute. He speaks through the power of, well, we're not quite sure, but he speaks through
interpretive
Quill.
Dance.
He speaks through Quill, who is a white raven.
Why did you dab?
Because dabbing is what it's all about.
I didn't even dab. This is a dab.
You
right,
did this?
come on.
We'll find out more about the bard later.
Don't talk over each other.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically he's just a bard. He is mute. He casts spells and speaks through his bird. If you ever hear him speaking, it is actually the bird speaking on his behalf. That's it.
Indeed.
Oh, and
Honestly,
also
that's-
we've been Tomb Raiders for 3 weeks, and we're hoping to actually find a tomb. But
Yeah.
we'll see what
Yeah.
happens. He's also level 9. We all know.
As Dumbro says, you have the saviors have been tasked by the city to find the enclave of the Silken Woe in the city, which they have found out is entered through a tomb in the Neverdeath graveyard. And thus far, you have encountered variety of creepy undead people. By no means the big dude bro tongue boys of last week. Brad Chet et al.
Yeah.
And we left the group taking a short rest. The party have all now leveled up to level 9, or the multi-class equivalent in Cyric's case. Nobody else has decided to multi-class, so everyone is still as was.
I'm a bard. It's
And-
basically multi-class.
The end of last week's session basically digressed into a huge should be or shouldn't be about drawing one of the deck of many things. So as we start this week, everybody is in another tomb which does not have any undead in it. It is reasonably comfortable, if a bit damp and a bit cool and slightly subterranean. But you have completed a short rest, so anyone that wanted to spend hit dice, I can't remember if you did that last week or not, but if you haven't and you want to do so, any spells or anything that you normally get back on a short rest has been done. And I suppose we open with a sort of panning shot of Sleer, who still has the cards in his hand, as in the pack of cards in his hand, just sort of surveying them and wondering what to do as Jabber.
He is props.
Okay. So
just for flavor.
Just for flavor, that's fine. So that's what how we shall start today, is with Sleer just pondering these cards. And I think, am I right in saying, Terror, that Mar had asked for them back?
Yes. Yes. I mean, she basically is like, if I remember correctly, don't do that, or it'll be time to I think Salir said that he wanted to keep hold of them and promised that he wouldn't draw a card.
Yes, he stated that since there are differing opinions of the party and neither one are actually telling like full truths about what's going on, he will hold on to them so that no drastic decisions are made.
Yes.
And then proceeds to make a drastic decision.
Have you made a drastic decision, or are we moving on?
I think we're moving on.
Oh, damn it.
That's fine.
That's good.
Cue the tense music as he draws the card.
What does he do with the cards?
Oh, he just he closes it, puts it in a bucket.
He drops it on the floor, thereby drawing all of them.
Okay.
He shows everybody what pocket he puts it in, so it's not like they don't know where it is. It's
not Cyric. He is almost asleep in the corner.
yes. But had I drawn, hypothetically, I would have gotten the sun.
Dark Magician.
Fuck! I got the sun. That's the one with experience points.
Remember where you put that.
It's not just any experience points.
It's 20,000.
50,000.
Man, I just got real lucky right there.
But then we'd need to level a whole lot more.
He would.
And 50,000 XP and a wondrous magical item of my choice.
Yeah. Well, let me just keep shuffling these so that way I don't find them again.
That's just another thing that sucks for you.
Yes.
Slayer, yeah, exactly. I don't know why you tease yourself in such a way. So,
Yeah.
Only good things
you
come
are in this empty tomb, which is on the western side of the end of this stretch of the graveyard, and you had seen that there was 2 other tombs in this area, one much larger than the other. Unless anyone wants any other conversations whilst you're having your short rest, I should have given you a chance.
I think our conversation about the deck was kind of
That's fine.
sure.
Yeah.
So, is anyone taking point on leading the party out after their short rest?
Can I have spent hit dice after our level up?
Well, what I would do as well is I will during the short rest I will sing a song of rest as well.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Which creatures who can hear your performance regain hit points at the end of the short rest by spending 1 or more hit dice. Each of those creatures extra hit points.
Yeah, an extra bardic dice, is it?
Yeah, extra hit dice basically. Everyone gets, so just a freebie.
So I get an extra sweet.
Right. So I have full health beforehand.
I don't because I leveled up. So.
Well, if you were at full health and you level up, you get you get your level up.
You gain the difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
I guess I should.
I just got a lot more health.
Let's see. Use the hit dice for Garmin as well.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm not one of these horrible DMs that you level up, but you don't get the dice that you've the extra hit dice you've just gained, and doesn't give any point.
Do.
We Gucci.
No one says anything, so they will open the door slightly and peek out.
Because somebody did scout out the area to know where the 2 tombs with the name that we wanted was.
Yes, it was the one. It was the one to the east. The larger one was the name. Had the name of Count Dryfad on it, but you have yet to approach it.
Yeah. So, is there anyone waiting outside of our tomb to kill us?
No, there is nobody waiting outside of your tomb to kill you.
Okay.
Oh, apart from 25 big tongue boys.
That's why I opened this.
It's the rest of the swim teams there.
Oh no.
No.
Dude, where you been?
At this moment in time, night is starting to fall properly. It is a very creepy place. There is obviously a full moon above, but the low mist to the ground is just giving everything that really odd luminous effect of moonlight into mist from above. So everything has this sort of slightly ethereal glow that makes vision quite foreshortened. Nobody can see more than about 30 feet in front of them before. Don't know if you've ever driven in fog and put full beams on by accident and your vision actually goes down. So it's that sort of effect due to the moon.
Okay.
But you know the direction you're going in. You just can't see it now from after you've completed your rest.
Okay.
And there's pathways, so it's not like you're going to get lost or anything like that.
Let's see if there's anything I can use to assist in this situation. You know what? I think Salir is going to pull out his shield that he's had this entire time.
Bloody hell.
He has a shield?
I've had a shield this entire time.
Okay.
And he's going to hold his axe in one hand and shield in the other, ready to just throw the shield down. But this is so if he gets surprise attacked, he has a +2 AC.
Okay, that's fine. You obviously think I'm a lot sneakier than I actually am.
No, this is just Salir's concerned about.
No, I'm joking. So you move forward, and there is a large stone-built mausoleum in the same manner of the ones that you've seen, but it is many factors larger. It's 2 or 3 times the size of any of the other mausoleums you see. There are wide set of steps, about 8 feet wide, running up to a large iron-bound and studded wooden door. There are marble columns at the front. It's a bit more ornate than others. And whilst you can't read it as you approach, there seems to be a plaque to the right-hand side of the door up the stairs.
All right. Did we go to the Count Dreyfus the Elder or Count Dreyfus the?
This is the
It was 4 and 6, right?
the main one, because last week one of you did a survival check and you could see which way most of the footprints were going. So
Oh no, that was Alton.
confident this is the
yeah.
correct
Perfect.
museum to go to.
Which one was the one? 4 or 6? Just
What do you mean?
Oh, Count Dreyfus the
Oh,
fourth.
the fourth.
Okay.
4th, right?
Right.
Dreyfus, not Dreyfus.
Sure.
It's not Richard Dreyfus. Richard Pryor is not about to appear, and this is not going to turn into a buddy movie.
Hooper.
80s
Had to set that
fine.
up and you.
It's Jaws.
I guess I'm gonna look for traps.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll an investigation check.
I don't know why I do this.
I'm gonna give him guidance.
And
It doesn't matter. I rolled an at one.
Nice.
what area are you looking for traps in particular?
The door.
Okay, so you go up the steps, and there's a
Trigger to trap.
no,
On the way.
you think there is no traps here. You do, even within that one. Would he naturally read the little
The plaque.
plaque? That's correct.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Sorry, I've got a cold. My brain is not firing today, so apologies. I may do that a lot. Forget words that I've said like 10 minutes beforehand. So yeah, would he have read the plaque, or would he leave that for somebody else to do?
I think that wouldn't be the
Trapping
first.
to
I think that wouldn't be the first thing he reads. So if someone
No,
else got
that's
to it
fine.
before him.
I guess Mara might do it as she's granting him guidance.
Okay, that's fine. So what it says here is there's a family crest, which is classically sort of medieval heraldic. It seems to have a shield in the middle with a cross on it, and cranes, as in the bird, sort of on either side of it, and a pen and scroll crossed underneath it. And it says, here lie the remains of Count Dreyfus IV. In life, a kind and generous man, a good husband, protective father, and generous benefactor. Led astray to an untimely death, his pursuit of extending life ultimately ended it. Let his example be a salutary lesson to live life to the full and not become lost within one's own mortality.
Ooh. Oh boy. Mara will read this aloud to everyone. So,
I will assume that it means necromancy.
yeah. So we should keep a wary eye. I mean, he should be dead.
Sorry, on you go.
I was just gonna say, he should be dead, but you never know. We might have to fight more undead before we get to fight some drow.
Can Alton read it again?
Yep. Here lie the remains of Count Dreyfus. In life, a kind and generous man, a good husband, protective father, and a generous benefactor. Led astray to an untimely death, his pursuit of extending life ultimately ended it. Let his example be a salutary lesson to live life to the full and not to become lost in one's own mortality.
I think Alton will sort of just be on his tippy toes reading that,
Mm-hmm.
and then he'll just sort of rest down on his normal height of an inch shorter. Then he'll say, "Well, Will will say, Lich."
Let's hope not. I don't think
Alton and Mara specifically, if you both roll me a history check.
lucky dice.
The dice gods are kind. I crit.
Not to me. Yeah, we go with whatever Mara says.
I crit, and my additive history bonus
11.
5. So no, not
Mara, with that, you feel a bit of resonance, and you suspect that there, with what you were told in Bear Balakan, that there may possibly be connections here to the Order of the Sinless that had taken over Echo Overlook at Der Balakan, because they had their beginnings in Neverwinter and the other main cities in the Sword Coast.
shit. Could you just repeat that name again? Not Echo Overlook cult.
The Order of the Sinless.
Okay.
That's a cool name.
Yeah.
It is.
I like it.
Right.
You should still have a handout about what you were told everybody about them.
Think so. Yeah.
I think I put it in the archive, but you should still have access to it.
There was a
Right.
handout?
Echo Overlook. History of Echo Overlook. Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Imagine that. We
The
could have
place that we're
had a
supposed
cast.
We still can. We can go back.
So this is...
Yeah, but you know,
this is
we're too high
connected-
level
Hold
now.
on. This is connected to Echo Overlook in some way.
The Order of the Sinless also.
Just
By theme.
with a crit, what Mara remembers is, because she may have had just with that flavor because of the crit and had other sort of conversations, and one of their things was looking for benefactors and leading them astray to gain the funding for their nefarious activities. So it's not particularly that this is going to have anything to do with the Order of Sinless here and now, though it might, but it sounds like their MO as to how this poor unfortunate man met his end.
Yeah. They're thematically and time-wise overlapping, feels like. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's always wise to do the side quest before progressing in the main
Yeah.
story. So maybe we should have taken the fortress.
Should we go back? I mean,
We can just quick save here, right? So
yeah. To see if it's important, then, you know. And I mean,
So-
level scales.
Does anyone open the door or anything?
Oh yeah, 100%. There's no
Could
traps.
Yeah, and the door isn't locked. Very heavy, but you push it over and they creak on long rusted hinges, and it reveals. Do any of you have a light source? I take it somebody's got a torch or a light cantrip or something off at the
Yeah,
moment.
Mara can't see normally, so I imagine she's
So-
using it.
Yeah. What? Yeah, the drift globe that she always forgets about. It opens up into a wide anteroom, rectangular. It's about 10 feet deep and about 30 feet wide. And there is a wall in front of you. It is obvious that this space is much smaller than the entirety of the rest of the mausoleum. But it is a blank wall with no doors in it, and all that is there are two alcoves on the left and the right, both of which have small brass plates or platters in them.
Hmm.
You didn't tell me it was going to be puzzles.
Uh,
Puzzle squid.
could I also just ask, can I roll some sort of check to see what the family crest, what it means? 2 cranes and a pen and a paper and a cross. Can I roll something?
Yeah.
Let's see.
It'd probably be history.
Sure. That's a 21.
It's nothing in particular is the answer. You know that nobles a lot of noble families, especially ones that came into money and became noble through those means rather than ones with a historic nobility going back and tying to ancient royalty.
Sword
Quite
noble.
often they just had heraldry made for them that was then adopted so that they could fit in with the old money.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So
And this seems to be something like that. It's not a well-known crest, so you can't gain a lot of knowledge from it. But it probably meant something to the original forebear of this Count Draethad that created it.
yeah, okay.
Count. That sounds like a vampire too. Dun dun dun.
So you've got liches and vampires in this crypt.
That's a lich pyre.
A lich pyre.
Yeah,
Yeah,
vampiric lich.
that sounds rough.
So this
That's
door
right,
is
that's
open,
really
and
cool.
there's, like you said, there's 2 alcoves with bronze plating in them.
Yeah, so it's an alcove with a shelf and a bronze plate sitting on each of the alcoves in front of you within a large rectangular room. But it's only 10 feet deep, but it's 30 feet wide.
Can I see if I can sense any magic in here? Do like a quick Arcana check just to see.
Absolutely.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Both of the plates resonate with magic.
With a natural 20, can I decipher what kind of magic?
Yes, I have not decided which, so bear with me a second.
puzzle magic.
It's a magical Rubik's Cube.
I would say conjuration.
Would I be able to go so far as to say, or as to surmise, perhaps messing with these plates
What
may
do they
result
look
in
like?
a conjuration of a protector, guardian, something?
Do they have any symbols on them?
I've been
I
checking
would
them.
suggest that with a natural 20, you do not feel that there is anything dangerous from either of them.
Okay. They seem safe.
Famous last word.
Well, they don't seem... whatever.
Do either of the plates look dusty?
No, they are both very clean, if not slightly oiled in that way that sometimes you get sort of brasswork or waxed.
So they look recently fondled.
Nothing like terror. I mean,
someone would have to take a closer look at one of them to tell any more.
A fondle check?
Well, I mean, okay. First off, I enter the crypt.
Mhm.
oh yeah, sorry, I assumed that we had.
Yeah.
I just wanted to state that we have entered the
Yeah.
crypt.
All right. Guess we didn't.
Is there anything else on the walls, like the side walls? Any?
No,
Instruction manual.
it's all very ornate tiling, but it's just patterns. There's no statuary. There's no pictures or anything like tapestry or anything like that.
Is the back wall actually there? I'm gonna try touching it.
It is there.
Okay.
Can I?
And if you tap it, it's very thick, well buttressed. It seems like substantial. It's not just like plasterboard.
Garvin, use your dwarven trait stone cunning and get all the information about the stone.
I was gonna say that I think Alton, after he was last week, it was explained to him what exactly where they were.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess he still, on some level, believes there should be a door somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So he will be, or at least an opening or something, because they put the body somewhere. So I guess he's doing a combination of feeling for like air pockets, and looking for an unusual, as this whole concept is unusual to him, an unusual entry point, something like that. So gonna be doing that, and I imagine he's probably doing that with the help of someone like Mara, who would understand these things a lot keener, especially Neverwinterian ways of doing things. I don't know. Do I get an advantage?
If Mara says that she's helping you, yes.
Yeah, and take guidance as well, because if we're looking together, she'll grant guidance.
Cocked. Okay. Guidance is a plus D4, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And an entire
that's
D4.
4. That's 4. Investigation. 28 total.
Damn.
28. Even with a 28, you do not find any signs of ingress anywhere. There are no secret cracks in the wall. There is no pockets of air, but you do see the tracks of the people that led you here that seem to just go into what is, by all intents and purposes, a solid wall between the two plates.
So what about the plaques then?
Yeah.
So what about the plaques then? I suppose Sir would approach one of the plaques.
Platters.
Yes.
So do you approach the left or the right one?
The left one.
Okay. What languages do you read or speak?
We've had this last week, didn't we?
Yeah. So it's like Abyssal, Dragonic, Common, and Fish People.
Sanguine.
Yes.
Can I just say
there are scripts written on these plates that you cannot read.
I can't figure these out. See, just walks over to the next one to see if it has the same language.
It doesn't say the same thing, but it seems to be written in the same language.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
Do we recognize what, like if he's doing that, I guess we could all sort of go up and have a look and see if we recognize the language at least.
Does anyone speak Elvish?
Yes.
No.
Okay.
I am a half-elf.
You can read them. So, the one on the left says, I'm tall when I am young and short when I am old. What am I?
Whoa.
Candle.
I didn't hear that.
Sorry, it was a riddle.
Well, Salir's not told
He just says
yet.
candle.
He just says candle out loud. Yeah, exactly.
Like
That's how you react.
I think Alton holds up a candle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want a candle?
Sorry, there are riddle.
It's not as nice as fruit. And you see it's half gnawed on one side.
Mm-hmm.
There are riddles in the bowls. This one says, I am tall when I am young. I am short when I am old. I figured candles. You guys can think that over. I'll go look at the other one.
That makes
And
sense.
the other one says, if I drink, I die. If I eat, I am fine. What am I?
I say that. I repeat that.
If you drink, if
I
Fire.
die.
Mara
If I
points to
eat,
the
I am fine.
Mara points to the top of the candle. Yeah.
You have fire.
Flame.
Right. So
Candle
candles.
flame. Here's light the candle.
Someone light this candle.
I think this is Alton just has a piece of scratch. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
You think he did? He actually does have a tinderbox as well.
What do I do with it?
Walk towards the center.
Do I put the one in each?
Try to walk towards the center.
I walk towards the center.
You walk into a hard wall.
Shit.
No. Jabber's DC'd and he's just walking to walls now.
I will set the candle in the one that I set candle in.
Mm-hmm.
I'll set the lit candle in there. Does anything happen?
Nothing seems to happen.
Do we have a second candle somewhere?
Alton takes it out. another.
Another nod on
he
candle.
has a number of strange items he picks up. He has candlesticks as well, by the way.
And I will set that one in the other one as well.
Yeah, as soon as you place the second lit candle in the other bowl, a door just appears out of nowhere on the wall in between the two of them.
Success.
Alton smells at the door, and I think he will.
It smells of conjuration magic, if you can imagine such.
Oh, he can.
What an odor.
It says
Cinnamon
conjuration.
buns.
Of course. I think we found our way in.
Oh, did we?
How will we find our way out?
Well,
It's fine. I can get out.
that is a worry for another day.
Can,
Open door.
can I?
Magical doors can't be trapped.
Can I actually before? Well, you can do what you like, but I would like to try and surmise whether this door leads to. If it's leading directly into this tomb, or in fact, if it's sort of like a dimension.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, Arcana check.
Yeah.
That's not a problem. I totally understand what you're trying to check.
Yeah.
Is it a planar door?
21.
Yes, you are sure that this is a simple doorway in the physical structure into the space that is behind.
Okay.
If you had taken a couple of hours on a sledgehammer, you would be in the same space.
Okay. Well, it
Okay.
leads to where it says it leads.
And as Celia opens the door, there are no traps or anything. And it opens into a square room. There are 4 other alcoves on either side. And at the back, there are 2 columns going up to the roof, which is about 30 feet tall. 2 stone sarcophagus on the left and the right, and they are either side of a large set of stairs that descend below.
Ooh.
And the top of the stairs is at the back wall, and they descend underneath where you are currently standing.
Ah, so it's like at the back, and you have to come round.
Yes.
Do the sarcophagi
I played Skyrim
have
before.
names on them?
The sarcophagus, no, they are plain sarcophagus, unadorned with any markings or language.
Are they open?
As you go close to them, they seem to actually be statues of sarcophagi rather than actual sarcophagi. They don't seem to have a seal that you can open the top. It is simply funereal statuary.
Okay.
Is there like a carved person in the top of the statue? In the top?
Probably.
No,
No,
they're just
no
these
markings.
are just flat, absolutely unadorned.
Okay.
Can I? Do I know this to be solely ceremonial? Like a sealed coffin, or would this be the type of thing of like this guy has been trafficking with necromancy, so we give him the box that he can't escape from if he succeeded?
Roll a religion check.
Jesus.
Because that's what I would have done. Oh, you want us to come back? Well then, we're gonna seal this lid. You can live forever in your stone box. That's a 16.
This seems to just be style.
Okay.
It doesn't have any religious significance or any other sort of significance. It is just when someone went to the funeral agent and ordered a mausoleum, they took, package 2B, which included 2 stone sarcophagi.
These 4 alcoves.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything in them?
There are plates the same as outside, and each of them has a unlit candle on them already.
Okay.
I mean, the stairs down.
Is open.
Can
Yes.
we look and see if there's anything down there that's closed?
You would have to go
You'd have
down
to
from
go
the
down
angle
there.
you're looking at. All you can see is a few of the stairs descending down and then pitch black. There's no light source down below at
Can
all.
I check that they've been recently lit?
Yes, absolutely. Make an investigation check. No, it'd be a very low DC though. So
Alton takes out a little glass to look at things. And yeah, he gets a 19 plus 7 or something.
Mhm.
So I don't know.
They seem to be very old. They don't seem to be have lit in any time recently at all. The wax is starting to lose its sheen and starting to flake. You think they have been there probably for centuries and are slowly disintegrating just due to unuse.
I think the rest of the group will hear. Interesting. These haven't been lit in a long time.
How long?
Long enough for this wax to flake.
Oh, so they're probably not set up by the drow, unless they've been here for that long.
I think they've been here.
Decades, if not centuries. And the other thing that you see is the plates are starting to oxidize, and they've got that sort of green verdigris on them. They have not been looked after and used the way the plates have been in the front alcove.
Do they, from the way the text was written the last time, even if I can't speak the language, is it possible for me to say, oh, they say the same thing?
You can see there is no text written on these. They are very plain bronze plates in the same style, but there is nothing written on them.
Okay.
What did you get for the investigation of the plates again? 28 or something, was it?
I'll tell you, it was 19 plus 6, 25.
Plus 4. Or was that?
With that, the other thing you can see is the text on the 2 plates outside have been etched more recently than the plates had been placed there.
Gotcha.
So and from that and the Arcana check that you did when you were looking and all the investigation, you can surmise that the magic door and the plates that trigger it have been added much more recently than the mausoleum itself.
Retrofitted.
Yes.
I understand.
I think Ceric would let Nox fly down the stairs to take a look at.
Does your familiar have dark vision?
I'm not sure, but I think he would have.
It's a Quetzalcoatl.
Kinda.
Yeah, well, it's a thingy, a pseudo dragon that we've just sort of reskinned it.
Yeah.
Pseudo dragons do have dark vision and blind sight.
All right.
That's really cool.
So, what you see downstairs is another large room. This is a large rectangular room that takes up the entire volume of the upstairs. So it is probably about 80 feet long by about 25 feet wide, rectangular. There are 4 marble columns in each of the corners. Those stairs come down into the sort of middle of the room because they're coming from the back wall down. And there is a large rectangular plinth in the center with another sarcophagus on the top of it.
So the stairs are in the center of the room? And the sarcophagus was also in the center of the room?
Well, the sarcophagus is in the bottom half of the room. The stairs basically come down to within sort of 5-10 feet of the front of the sarcophagus.
So
the plinth that the sarcophagus is on itself is about 20 feet long by about 15 feet wide. And it's one of those sort of tiers that it sort of gets smaller and smaller as it goes up about 10 feet, and then the sarcophagus itself on the top.
Okay.
I think Alton lights the candles.
Yeah, you light all 4 candles, nothing happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's cozy.
But he sort of gives a small little bow.
Mm-hmm. Well, as Ceric experienced everything through the eyes of the Quaddle, he just conveys it to the party and says that it doesn't seem
to take you to the screen for this.
It doesn't look fucking menacing at all. Look at this big black hole.
This is the outside, obviously.
There is another room downstairs, but it does not seem to be inhabited by anything, except for a large sarcophagus.
There's no more doors up here. We should make our way.
I agree.
Alton will.
All right.
joins Sirik. And I don't know what Mara's doing.
Actually, you never did a perception check for your familiar.
Quetzalcoatl.
No. Do you want me to make one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see.
The stats of a Quetzalcoatl.
And of course, roll 20 is being my friend again.
What are the stats of a pseudo dragon? They have a +3 to perception, unless you're using your own sight, in which case it's your own sight.
No, I think I would have to go with its sight. Not my own.
+3.
I do not know how familiars work.
With the familiar, you can use your action to see through them.
Yeah.
I know, that I
Oh.
know.
Well, I think it would be more fitting for it
Yes.
since it's actually
Also, since we're using a pseudo-dragon base, your pseudo-dragon has limited telepathy and can convey images and simple ideas to its master. Actually, to any creature within 100 feet.
Imagining like the pseudo dragon sends out those speech
So-
bubbles to people.
Pretty much.
Let's see what I got. I got myself. Oh, a 5.
Yeah,
Total.
room seems empty.
That's good enough for me.
Oh,
seems
it
to be
has
safe
advantage.
downstairs.
Your pseudo-dragon has advantage.
On-
Perception checks.
On
On perception.
On any or
On,
sight?
on perception checks that rely on sight, hearing, or smell.
Damn.
Oh, all right.
It's only
all right then.
feeling.
Thank you. Let's see.
10. On the 10,
I mean,
there is
double.
a slight change that there does also seem to be the skeletal remains of some humanoid creatures down here as well.
I mean, it's the place for it, right?
Yeah. Are they where they're supposed to be or not?
No, they seem to just be sort of piled in the corners.
Well, I mean, they're underground where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, but I mean, usually you put them in a square.
Well, there's some bones down there as well, but otherwise, apart from that, I don't see anything. So,
Sounds good.
Celia, would you take points?
Yep.
Mara rubs her temples as she puts on her helmet.
Skeleton. Let me check if I have a bludgeoning weapon real fast.
Spooky, creepy.
I don't.
Don't have a bludgeoning weapon? Do you want to borrow my mace?
Nah, I just have my fists.
Sure.
Put my shield away, wrap my fists in some bandages like a brawler, and get ready.
Can he sort of tie his shield to a sword and use that as a blunt weapon?
I can't. I don't think I'd be able to use the flat side of my axe as a blunt weapon, would I?
No.
Yeah, I got my fists ready then.
It's
It's,
better
it's,
to
it's
use
a
the
bit
sword.
metagamey anyway that if these indeed are skeletons, I'm not sure anyone knows.
Have we fought
that-
skeletons already?
No, you've never
No.
met a skeleton.
No,
Then
Dread
never mind,
Warriors.
I don't get my fists ready. Oh no, we only fought zombies.
No, but the
Zombies and
Dread
Dread
Warrior.
Warriors.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So
Can I do a
And
check?
banshees and ghasts.
Can I do an undead check if like and it would
I mean,
notice?
this is just being conveyed to you from Sirik through his familiar at the moment. You guys are all upstairs, so no significant check can be made from where you are.
But if I'm assuming that it's an undead, as we've been facing undead in this graveyard
All right, okay.
for 2 days.
And what are you wanting to?
if I know about skeletal zombies and like undead zombies or undead skeletons and like know how to deal with them.
what do they do?
I would say that would be an Arcana check.
Oh, 19.
Ooh.
You know that skeletons tend to be immune to poison, immune to exhaustion, and tend to be armored in such way as they have been killed. So some of them can be very easy to hit, other ones can be very difficult to hit, depending on what. And from Cyric's familiar, these seem to just have mismatches of sort of armor scraps adhering to their corpses.
All right, then. Well, I will continue holding my weapons and not get ready to fisticuff some skeletons.
Right.
All
I
right.
made the vulnerability a DC 20 because I just don't think that's something that any of you would know without.
In my mind, I was like, this
Before.
generic adventure fighting stuff. Every adventure does. But like, okay, that makes sense.
Nah.
Everybody does that.
I think stuff like that tends to have to be found out through actual experience. Something very
makes sense.
specific like that is quite difficult to know in advance.
That makes sense. We should have checked with the Adventurers Guild first on any undead information.
So, does anyone proceed down the gloomy stairway?
Alton was headed down with Cyric.
Yeah, we venture forth.
Yeah. Mara will try to be somewhere in the middle because she doesn't want to go headfirst into the skeleton if they're there.
Okay. Yes, these are indeed skeletons, and they'll rise to their feet as you enter their part of the world. So I would like everyone to roll initiative.
Oof.
Man, this dice has been real nice to me today. Aside from that nat 1 earlier.
17.
Bear with me. Alton 17. Cillier.
19.
Cyric.
Roll 20 is messing with me right now, so.
Okay, that's all right. I'll come back to you in a second. Mara and Garvin.
We need to do a fundraiser for dice for Cyric. And Emerald.
We don't have dice yet.
Yeah, but we can.
Maybe I should check out that place where you can get quite good dice.
Yeah, but I don't know why you haven't
What
done
was
that
the name
already.
of that place? What was the name of that place again?
Libris
I
Arcana.
can't remember.
Use code
Oh,
SAVIOURS for
something about a
25%
book.
off your first month.
Something about a book.
Something. Oh my god. God, that sounds amazing. It sounds like they would have the best prices on the market.
Also, their subscription is very within anybody's budget.
Yeah.
Very reasonably priced monthly subscription, even without the 25% off.
Right, come on.
Mara
Get real.
got an 8.
8.
All right. Mara, could you please roll a d20 and add 2 for me?
Right. I am going to roll this one. You got a 14.
And then roll
Plus
another one
2.
for Garvin.
I already have. I just don't know his plus. He got a 10.
Garvin got 10. Okay.
I should. Now, I should really get some like
So,
dwarven dice.
Cillier and Alton go down the stairs. And as you come down the stairs, you are surprised by a hideous creature, which I shall show you.
Okay, because we're not surprised by the skeletons.
No, you are not
Okay.
surprised by the skeletons.
Can you make the token real big?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Thank you.
Again, I am having...
No, you're good, man.
Oh,
Roll
it's 'cause
20 has
it's
been...
okay. It's because I'm in the GM layer. Let me just
okay, dude.
bring the skeletons forward first.
Yay!
Oh my god, look at those
Yay.
long arms.
Libris Arcana, guys.
Does that work for you?
Yeah. Look at that.
Ooh, That's really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he looks
I like it.
friendly.
That
I love that
looks...
he's.
Wow.
So what happens? The two of you are going down the stairs, wary of the skeletal remains, and due to your wariness, you are not surprised as they start to animate and come towards you. However, this terrifying creature that stands about 8 feet tall. Its arms, are about 3/4, if not 2/3, the length of its body, and it has scythe-like fingers at the end of it. It appears out of the dim light, and Alton, I would like you to make a DC 14 con check. Or saving throw, I should say.
Saving throw.
Which one's longer, 2/3 or 3/4?
That's a fail.
Quarters. Okay. You take...
Yeah, just put it into your calculator, Trevor. 10.
3/4 is longer.
Yeah, 3/4 is long. Okay, 0.75 and 0.66.
Yeah.
37 points of necrotic damage.
Jesus.
Holy.
What?
And it swaps places with you, and you find yourself at the back of the room.
Mhm.
And Salir, you now find this creature standing directly next to you. It is used its action to shadow jump, which on that fade con save, it swaps places with something.
I don't like this thing.
Wow.
Oh, I love the
That's
undead.
really evil.
Yeah. My God, Alton, you've gone tall and bald.
I know. for the people on the stream, I've amended. This is not quite the same thing that is in. I think it's in Volo's guide. I have amended this feature slightly.
Ninja says long tongue boys, then long arm boys. Ouch.
Mhm.
Exactly. Alton, as you see it, you make an Arcana check, see if you know anything about this creature.
It's 19.
Okay. I think this makes sense for Alton because obviously you spent a lot of time in inns changing stories with other bards and things like that, which is why you have such a knowledge of these sorts of things. But you are fairly sure for what you see has been described to you before in a tale in some way as a bone claw. And what this is a wizard who has attempted to become a lich but has failed to complete it correctly, becomes a bone claw. And these undead share a few of the attributes of a lich. They are masters of the arcane, but they are also slaves, as when they fail to ascend to lichdom, their soul goes out and is compelled into a prison, so they are the slaves of another wizard. So there is another wizard somewhere that is controlling this creature. And it is not, with that score as well, is it's not out with the bounds for you to think is that it has been placed here by the Silken Woe as a gatekeeper because it is enslaved to do whatever its master wishes.
Interesting. So I'm not like the initial response of, oh, this must be the count, like the template said, is now more, this could well be something
it may or may
different.
not be, because the thing that you know about a bone claw is that if its master dies, its soul then goes until it is sucked up by somebody else. So it may or may not be the count.
Okay. But like unless the count had some dealings directly with the Silken Woe, it stands to reason that this could be for anything.
Yes, but the other thing is that when a wizard fails to become a lich, and its soul goes and is trapped in that way, it does not have to be anyone that it is connected to that traps it. It's just somebody that is trying to trap a soul for this purpose.
Okay. Okay.
So there does not necessarily have to be any living connection prior to that.
Okay.
The other thing with that check that you know is a bone claw is immortal, and if its physical body is destroyed, it will reconstitute within a certain period of time after its destruction. So if you kill this thing and you come back, it will be here waiting for you.
Okay.
Even if we kill it with radiant damage.
Yes. Radiant in 5e, radiant damage doesn't do anything to undead.
It's crazy.
Yep. It has
That's
been
really weird.
Yeah, it's been suckified. It's good as the right. How far to me is he, by the way?
He's
Where
where
did
Celia
were you
was.
at the top of if you're at the top of the stairs, it's within 15 feet of you.
Oh, okay, but I said she would be somewhere in the middle.
Then
So I don't
10
know.
feet of you.
Okay.
Right. So that was a surprise round. It rolled 22 on its initiative, so it goes next, and it is going to make 2 piercing claw attacks on Celia. First one rolls a 17.
With my shield, though, still hits.
All right, okay.
Why is there so many dice that you're rolling?
27 points of piercing damage.
Why is that so much damage?
And a 26 on its second attack with its other
I
arm.
guess it hits. Did you say 20? How many points of damage was the first one?
27, I think I said.
Okay. My health is at 69.
17 points of piercing damage with the second attack.
Damn.
Salir's bloodied.
Damn.
Ow.
And that ends its turn. Salir, you are next to act. This thing as well is it's silent. There is no sound. It is. You can even without rolling anything, you can all see that this thing is stealthy in the utmost. You know, ninjas have nothing on this. It's this incredibly quick, violent action, and there is just not a sound from it.
But there's sounds from Salir as
Yes.
cuts was dashed across his
Sound
neck.
of tearing flesh and bleeding.
All right. Firstly, I would like to note that should we ever come across zombies with long legs, I will not be surprised by them. I am expecting it. I'm just going to note that here and now.
It's just a natural progression.
They do not get a surprise round on me.
It's Kanga zombies next.
We have Hitmonchan, we have Hitmonlee next. I know what's coming. And then I'm going to rage and hit with an axe.
Okay, that's fine.
Recklessly.
Okay.
And I'm going to drop my shield so I can two-handed my axe.
Yep.
Many numbers. Above 20-something. That fine?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. And second attack. Ooh, not above a 20. Where is my hearty button? It does a 19 hit.
A 19 does still hit it.
Okay, that's good. Now, crap.
This creature seems to be well put together, but is not armored in any way.
Okay, first one is math. 11 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then 10 damage.
it's impassive and takes no particular noise or anything.
What a rude dude. All right, that is my turn.
Okay. Alton, you're next. You find yourself at the back wall, and there are 2 skeletons to your right and 1 skeleton to your left, all of them within 10 feet of you.
As I look around this room,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything that could be set on fire?
I mean, your companions, but
Yeah.
no, there doesn't seem to be anything overly flammable.
Well, my companions aren't with me. I've been transported, right?
Yeah, but it's you and Salir are still in the same room. It's just you being transported to the back of this room rather than on the stairs going down into it. So Salir, although they're slightly obscured by the sarcophagus on the plinth, you can see Salir battling this creature, and he's about 40 feet away from you.
And you said there's
you two are in the same room, and you can sort of see the feet of your companions at the top of the stairs.
Now, if I was to move, I presume I'm going to get hit by these.
None of them are directly next to you. They're all 10 feet away.
Okay. I run. I run in the direction that doesn't have skeletons in it.
There is skeletons in every direction. It's just some that are further away, because the other 3 skeletons are back towards where Salir is.
I'm having trouble visualizing this.
Okay. So you're at you're in a room, a rectangular room with your back to the wall in the middle of it.
Yeah.
2 corners to your left and right are 3 skeletons, 2 on the right, 1 on the left.
Mm-hmm.
In front of you is about a 10-foot plinth with a sarcophagus on it.
Uh-huh.
So there's 2 sort of channels of this big room down either side of it, and there are another 2 skeletons on the left and 1 on the right there to get back to where the stairs are, where Salir is.
Yeah. I run towards the sarcophagus.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get up on that.
And it's only like 10 feet away, so that only uses about 10 feet of your movement to get to the bottom of the plinth with the sarcophagus above you.
How high is the...
About 10 feet, but it's stepped, so it's quite easy to climb if you want to get up there.
Alton will climb.
Mm-hmm.
He will get up to there.
I think getting to the top and standing on top of the sarcophagus, that would be about your full 25 feet movement.
Okay. What do I see here?
Basically as it was. So you see, looking to where you were, you see the stairs coming down. You see Cyric and Mara's and Garvin's feet.
Mm-hmm.
About halfway to 2/3 of the way down, you see Salir and this gigantic creature. Well, not gigantic creature, but this large, tall creature engaged in battle. And there are 6 skeletons surrounding the bottom of this plinth that you are now on. Everything else is just bare stone. The walls are very well mortared. They're showing age, but it's been very well constructed. And the sarcophagus underneath you, probably best if I just draw this, has this symbol marked on its... Imagine that's actually a straight line.
Can't you just hold shift?
So it has a sort of a symbol like that on it.
So there's a straight line and then 2 straight lines, like...
Yes. 2
So
diagonal straight lines.
It's a glyph, basically. Like.
Yeah.
All right. Do I recognize it?
Nope.
Okay. Then Alton will turn to where he can get these. He's going to fireball, basically. And he's going to fireball as many as he can, but he presumably from the explanation.
I mean, you can get all 6 if you detonate it on yourself, but otherwise you need to either do 3 or 3.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just get 3, I guess. So.
You could get the bone claw as well, but the Selir would also take that damage.
No, I got him last time.
Yeah.
We'll eat this damage.
No, he gave me a funny look the last time I did that. So I will.
Do we have a ring of fire protection?
I
Or am I thinking of it?
Fuck, I should get
Fireball will come down on those 3 by the back wall where I was.
Yep.
Exploding, catching them all in its blast.
Is that a dex saving throw, is it?
Should be.
Yeah, it's a dex save, yeah.
Fireball is dex, yeah. You know, for
I
the
will
dex,
resist.
17.
Resist the fire.
Second one gets a 4,
Fail.
and the third one gets a 12.
Fail. 17,
Yeah,
I think, gets is a pass. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it will be.
Yeah, because
12 plus your charisma.
Oh, well, it is 17.
Yeah, so that's the pass. So 1 will take half damage, 2 will take full damage. I mean, skeletons are pretty low, so it's high likelihood that you're going to kill.
Oh, man.
proficiency bonus.
I rolled real
Just
good.
went up.
Yeah. So that would be 8 plus proficiency. Yeah.
What?
No, yeah, it's because you're also +5, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
So
your
still
proficiency
17 would
17,
17
he
just-
passes. He passes.
just.
So
Yeah, we...
Terror's about a minute behind.
Yeah.
I put a candle in the ball.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just try and count this.
What would you call an arcane book?
So total of 38 fire damage.
You destroy all 3 of them.
Alton will take.
And the bones burn up, the tatters of bits of flesh and remnants of clothing all go up, and there's quite a horrible smell in the air, but
the fire will help that.
it's not. I mean, obviously they go up in flames, but you know that it's not. There's no concern of the place turning into.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I imagine there's like a low light now. There's a low light now for humans and stuff to see. Just
Yeah, I mean, Mara's. There's a bit of light coming down the stairs from Mara's light cantrip.
okay.
Bonus action you want to use, or
Interesting, perhaps. Yeah, I will bonus action healing word myself.
yeah, that's fine. I'll let you roll that and add it to yourself. Garvin is next in the initiative order.
Right. I assume that.
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry, we've missed Cyric. What did you actually get in the end?
14, I believe.
Yeah.
Sorry,
those
it's Cyric next in that case before Garvin.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you've seen this thing. You've seen from your angle is you've seen Alton disappear, and this horrific creature appear in his place and attack Selir.
Oh no, Alton's changing again.
And then you have heard and seen the backwash of what you recognize as a fireball from deeper into the room below.
I think you also hear after the fireball strikes. Sorry, Mara.
And the fireball, when it goes off in this sort of spaces, there's shadows and shapes thrown everywhere, and it's quite discombobulating for one.
Imagine atop the sarcophagus, you sort of see there's a cast shadow of a really tiny gnome.
Yeah,
just kind of going.
Yeah. It's tiny Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's a cape somehow, but it's just a rag.
What confronts Cyric.
With the horns
Right.
for the ears.
Oh, well, So he will head a bit down more of the stairs so he can get a clear view of the room.
Mm-hmm.
It's
And
not
you see the three skeletons that are down there as well.
all right. No, well, I'll just start hammering on this big dude with my Eldritch Blasts. See if I can get some hits in.
Absolutely.
So the first, sadly, just an 11 to hit. The other one's a 17.
The 11 misses, but the 17 hits.
All right. So, and after that, he will. I guess he sees that Celeria is bleeding from some parts,
From lots of parts.
From the
and
lower
he will
parts.
he will then cast a healing word on Celeria.
Ooh,
Just the first level, though.
that's fine.
So gets 10
Ooh,
full.
feels
So
so much
that's 10 health. Back to you.
better. All right. Yeah, I am. I'm no longer bleeding.
Ooh.
Well, I'm
Priest,
still
if some of you-
bleeding. Yeah, I'm still bleeding. I'm just not bloodied.
Yeah, well, he will just
Yep.
wait and see what happens next.
Yeah, not a problem. It is Garvin's turn now, Mara.
Right. He will go to the tall man. He will hit him with his battle axe.
As Garvin moves towards him, it makes a reaction to attack him.
Oh, he's got the reach.
It rolls a 23 to hit. Does that
Mother.
hit the magical? Not magical, just
Dwarven.
Well, the shield is
the armor, dwarf, shield, plate armor, defensive fighter.
the bucket. Does he? He does strike through the iron wall of Garvin.
Oh, wait a minute. That's the wrong dice. There we go.
Right.
25 points of piercing damage to Garvin.
25.
Yes.
Right.
As you see, it just sort of shoots out its arm, and these horrible scythe-like fingers just go straight through his plate armor and into his shoulder, and retract again.
He has taken a lot of damage to that shoulder. It looks like a Swiss cheese from all the adventuring he has done.
You said 25, right?
Yes.
There. Right. Well then, he will strike. He will turn the favor. Right. Shh. That's a 19 to hit.
A 19 does hit.
Right. That's a 10 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And that is, well, way more.
Yeah, way more hits.
And that's 11 damage.
Okay.
This
creature just seems to be absorbing all of these devastating strikes without any sort of reaction at all from it.
Yeah. That's the actions.
Bonus action?
I don't think he has anything for the bonus action.
Okay. In that case, it's Mara's turn next.
Right. Mara will... Do we want to use this again? Shit. The eternal shuffling of cards. I think she will use... Yeah. She's gonna cast Bless
Okay.
On let's see, that'll be Celir, Cyric, and Garvin.
Thank you very much.
You've been blessed.
You have been blessed. Yeah, fuck it. We'll use the bonus action to heal Celir as well.
Sweet.
Let's see, because it's just a D4 plus stat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's right.
Thou shalt receive 8 health.
Ooh.
Feels like a terrible waste of a second level spell, but
Feeling so healthy though.
yeah.
Well,
That'll be her
any
turn.
movement?
He was within 10 feet. Right?
Yes.
She will move back
Okay.
up the stair.
Up at the stairs.
It
How about
is the skeleton's turn. And they are all going to ascend the stairs and surround Garvin and Celir. 2 are going to attack Celir and 1 are going to attack Garvin. The one that attacks Garvin rolls. Doesn't hit him. Rolls like 12 or something like that. And 2 on Celir get advantage because you were reckless last time.
Yes.
That was an 8. Next one is 15.
Yes.
Oh, of course you dropped the shield, didn't you?
I did drop the shield.
It's a short sword. It does 7 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Second one rolls 14.
Yes.
Damn.
That one does 4 points of piercing damage.
Oof.
These aren't halved, so sorry.
Yes, I'm
I should
having
have
it
said
myself. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Right. I remember now.
I will always say the full damage and let you half it yourself. So it comes back to the bone claw again, and this thing is relentless. Mara, can you read me the light cantrip that you've got? What's the exact text of that?
Light. 1 hour duration, casting time.
It's more
Let's
about
see.
how long is it bright? What's the distances for bright
10
light, dim
feet.
light?
10 feet in any dimension, and then it sheds. Object sheds bright light in 10-foot radius, dim light in another 20 feet.
Right.
Right.
In that case, you see the bone claw do the same thing it did with Alton, and it points at Mara, and I need Mara to make a DC 14 con save.
Why did it have to be con?
Can I
15.
Yeah, nothing. There is nothing happens, unfortunately.
He points to Mara. Nothing happens.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like,
He was going to shadow jump again.
You.
yeah. You tonight.
Sorry, Alton, were you wanting to do something?
Nope.
No, that's fine.
My turn.
Yes.
Yes.
Any bonus action, so it is sillier.
Well, during the break, I converted my entire 22-card tarot card deck into the Deck of Many Things deck.
Well, again, I mean, that's actually a point, though. It's about break time. Do we want to just have a break just now and then continue this afterwards? Or do you want to wait till the top of a round? I probably should have done that before the bone claw, but it's only...
It's just right here. Yeah.
It's just right here. Just up to you guys.
Yeah,
General
I could say so.
consensus?
Are we teasing that we might draw a card after?
No, I just I just realized that my tarot card deck was 22 cards exactly, so I just converted it to the deck of many things, word choices.
Nice.
All right, that's cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Either way, I'll go grab myself a drink.
All right, guys. We'll see you all in about
So
5-10 minutes.
Have fun.
Bye.
see you soon.